Hello guys, it's such a pleasure for me to welcome you to this series on essential WordPress security, and this is just an introduction, to our series. And by way of introduction, I'll just like you to know that security is so much important for every WordPress website, and indeed every website in a time like this when there are so many ways for people to exploit unsecure websites. Starting out this series, I want to make some things clear to you, and the first is that security is not absolute. It's a continuous process, okay, and should be managed and seen as such. Security is not about risk elimination, it's about risk reduction, and you must understand that the risk will never be zero. So security, in other words, should be a continuous process, because there's always some risk you know for you to deal with, and that's why it's important for you to employ appropriate security measures and controls that best help address the various risks and threats that pertain to your website. And so I'm just going to run through some basic general practices that should be in place for your WordPress website. The first is that you always need to stay updated. You need to keep your WordPress themes and plugins updated, and your WordPress core files, you need to keep them updated at all times. Okay, so through the course of this series, I'm going to show you simple actions and measures you can put in place and carry out to reduce the chances of your website being hacked. Okay. The next is you always need to have your website backed up, and the reason why you need to have your website backup is that, irrespective of the fact that you've done everything you can to secure your website, like I said, your website could still be hacked. Now, in the event that that happens, you need to have a backup, that you could, just, revert back to, and find out why your website was hacked, and find out the vulnerabilities. So that's one thing you always need to have. Usually, if you have a very good hosting, account, then your hosting provider should take care of backing up your website on a daily basis. Okay, next you need to limit the number of people that have administrative access to your website to a minimum. Next, don't keep plugins and themes that you don't need. If you're not using a plugin or a theme, just delete it. If you need it, you can get it back. Okay. And also, you shouldn't install plugins and themes from sources you do not trust. And I must say this, that googling for a free version of a premium plugin is just a simple recipe for disaster. There are various people that distribute what is known as null plugins and themes, but what they do usually is that they bundle it with malwares, and on the long run they can have access to your website, and they can actually hack your website. Also, in this series, I'm going to show you several plugins, security plugins that is important for you to have on your WordPress website, and I'm going to walk you through various HT access file rules that you can put in place to prevent your website from being hacked. So I want to encourage you to find the time to go through the videos in this series, and not just go through the videos, but try and implement the steps and the measures that are illustrated in this video, to make sure that your website is as secure as possible. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next series of videos. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you better do that now. And don't forget to share and to like these videos. Thank you so much.